Let's start this with a prayer. Dear Father, I thank you for this day and this opportunity to be used as a vessel to let your people know that you are available, able, and ready in the name of Yeshua from Nazareth. Let's cut this bread. Oh, and just in case y'all didn't know, he took me to Puerto Rico for my birthday. Look. Most High, so dope. So let's cut this bread. Psalms 139, 1 and 2. O Lord, you have searched me thoroughly and have known me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. You understand my thought from afar. So let me tell you about this trip real quick. In my mind, I always have an expectation for how I want things to be. I don't put expectations on people, but in my life, there's a certain way that I expect things to go. And I think that stems from a whole lot of childhood trauma and not having people come through the way they're supposed to come through, basically, right? So let me tell you about my trip. I leave Milwaukee, I get to Atlanta, I got a 4-hour layover in Atlanta, cool. Then when they're boarding the plane, something happens with the plane and I gotta sit on the plane for an hour. Now, I don't know what it is, but tight spaces make me feel some type of way. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, let me chill out. I'm chilling. And then I get to Puerto Rico. Miss the sun because, this whole hour layover. Whatever, I'm not tripping. I gotta wait for my family to get here. They're here, but they can't come out because their luggage is in here. So it's another 4 hours before, I kind of see them. So then their luggage is missing, and it's literally delay after delay after delay. And I'm kind of like, why? And my Titi Francis, let me tell you, gangster, she's a gangster. She said, if it don't line up with the word, if I can't filter it through the word, I don't even know what I could do with it. Plain and simple. Cool. So my cousin's luggage doesn't come in. We get an Airbnb closer to the airport so we can stay in town because our next Airbnb is 2.5 hours away. So we stay for the day, but the whole time inside, I'm like, I want to hurry up and get to the mountain. I want to hurry up and get to the top of the mountain. Bro, I'm like, I want to get to the top of the mountain. So we get her luggage. Now we're getting ready to get on the road to go to go to this mountain in Jayuya, where the Airbnb is at. We pull up to Walmart to get some supplies, and it's a flat tire. I don't even know why, but I literally started crying oh my gosh, that's always happening. See, it'll be stuff like that, just out of nowhere, falling down, random, whatever. So my cousin is talking to me and she's like, look, you really got to feel your emotions. And I said, nah, I hate feeling my emotions. You don't understand. Emotions lie. Your feelings lie. And I said, so what? You want me to be mad? You want me to? She's like, nah, just be in the moment. Cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? They're talking to me. She's hitting me with the psychology. My titi's hitting me with the faith. I cry a little bit you know what? Maybe God was preventing something and I should just chill. Cool. So when we're driving up to the mountain, I got to be the one that drives. And I have PTSD because of this car accident. So certain things will trigger me and I'll go into panic attack mode, whatever it is. I'm driving up this narrow road, and when I tell you narrow, my G, it is narrow. It's this big. And I gotta drive up the road because it's for me to drive up this road. So I'm driving up the road, white knuckling the whole way because my anxiety is high and everything that could come against me, big, little, small, is coming against me on this narrow road. And I don't know if people really understand. I could appear to be like fine, but it's certain things that I can't control. Like, and that's really what anxiety is. I can't control like these little moments of like whatever. So I'm going up the road, white knuckling, driving, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a thing. It's really a thing when you mess with me in the car. Like, whatever. Get to the Airbnb. Now, mind you, I'm like, I gotta get to this Airbnb. I gotta see the views. I know, bop. Nah. Got there and it wasn't even what I wanted. Man, listen, you don't even understand how the Most High be speaking, like, especially to me, like, pump your brakes, Tanya, you do too much. You want to be in control of everything, and you can't. You got to trust me. It's okay. It's okay to trust him, like, look at this. He's not worthy of my trust. He's definitely worthy of my trust. Let me just set that up. So just about like, so we end up leaving the Airbnb, and I have to drive back down the mountain. But nobody else trying to, nah, girl, you drive back down the mountain. You got it. It's you. I needed that moment because he knows everything about me. What did it say? Oh Lord, you have searched me thoroughly and have known me. You know when I sit down, when I rise up, you understand my thoughts from afar. He was like, oh, this is what you want? I'm going to give you what you want, and you going to see it's not what you needed. You didn't need to rush here. You didn't need to, like, in all the little things along the way to just slow you down, to just pump your brakes a bit. I'm ahead of you. I'm watching you. I got you. I'm protecting you. I love you. This week in Puerto Rico is not just about like my birthday, but it's some things I really need to dead here. And I need to let him have full control in my life. And I need to learn how to fall back. I can't be in control of everything. I can't, like, I'm looking at these waves. I don't got no motion in the ocean. None. I can get tossed back and forth like it's nobody's business. This life ain't complicated when you do it with him. It gets overtly complicated when you start being like, I got to. No, you don't, man. No, you don't. The Most High is super patient with us. And the long suffering. Man, I ain't never had nobody love me like him. And I'm okay with that. I just know that everything it's not in my timing. And he knows when I sit down. He knows when I rise up. He knows my thoughts from way off. He knows what I'm going to say before I say it. And I don't want to say anything that's ever going to bring him any type of shame. Like anything that comes out of my mouth, it needs to be for the edification of his people. And it might not sound like what you think it needs to sound like. But I know for me, it needs to be a little tough. I need to, girl, what you doing? Stop playing. I just saved you from X, Y, and Z, but you want to rush it? This is how the Most High talks to me. Like, I just want to encourage you to really holler at him and know that the most important thing that you could really gather from this life is this relationship with him. Don't ever think you're doing too much, because I always do the most. I always do the most. And I love him, and I'm so thankful that he loves me. And that he could put two strong women on this little journey with me to keep me on a straight and narrow. Because ain't no drinking, ain't no partying, ain't no none of that. Because that literally would have been my go-to. Like, oh, we in Puerto Rico, turn up. I can't go back home the same. I can't. And he ain't gonna let me. So whatever I got to dead, it has to be dead. And whatever has to be birth is gonna be birth. Man, holla at the Most High.